Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on Affinity Photo and how to create some contour text, some contours for some text. It's very easy to do. What you can do, and I'm just going to remove that design. What it uses macros. So got here macros. Well, don't have to use macros, but macros are nice to be able to reproduce it at a later point with some other text. So I'm just going to run through this, and first thing to do, just create some text. And I'm going to create very basic text. So text. That's it. And just resize it so you can see it. And once you've done that, what you can do, you can go to, and I'm going to start recording the macro. So macro, view, studio, and macro. Start recording, just go over here. You can reset it anytime by clicking the reset there, but start recording. So first thing to do, go to, key panel is layers, and I haven't of course got that. So view, studio, and layers. There's the layers one. With layers, you can go down the bottom and there's a little FX down there, layer effects. Go to outline, and unfortunately it always defaults to 0. Don't know why. If you select it, you'd think it would default to something better than that. But you can put 1 or 2 points, 7 points, make a reasonable amount. And then obviously it's fixed. If you're recording it, that's what's fixed into. So you can set the color, that's fixed as well. Now unfortunately there's no smart objects. Would love to see that feature in Affinity Photo. No smart objects. So what you have to do is you have to rasterize. So I'm just going to close that panel now. Then once you've done that, you can go to layer and you can rasterize. The key thing is don't do that. Reserve layer effects. What I want to do is deselect that. Unfortunately, you have to do that every time because it doesn't remember that you don't want to rasterize that. Preserve it. So rasterize. So it's rasterized now. What you can then do, again, go over here to the FX, and again, outline. I'll just do this quickly now. You can see the sort of general thing I want to do. Just go there, maybe change it to green. Close. And now go to layer. And now I quite probably, often by accident, don't remember to do that. So rasterize then. Now again, go over here to FX. And again, outline, radius. Change the colour, maybe blue this time. Close. Now go to layer, rasterize. Remember to do that, rasterize. And again, go over here. Now, I won't do this obviously hundreds of times. I'm just going to quickly do it a few times so you can see the general gist. And move it there and maybe go for another colour. It's got green. Let's go for a purple this time. Something garish. That's a real garish text. Close. And of course, what you can do is layer. And you can rasterize again. Now, because you've rasterized, you can't change the text. But of course, what you can do, you've preserved it in this macro, so you can always reproduce it. So if you want to change, if you change your mind, you can always get back to something else. So right, done that, and I'm just going to add another one, just one more. That's it, just so you get something. So outline, and let's make a bit bigger. Let's make a real chunkier outline, and you can see it does get a bit coarse. Well, it's better than some actually. I've seen some applications where it's really coarse, so that actually is quite nice. But you can see a little bit of there, and I'm just going to go for another colour, something yellow, orange. Say orange. Okay, that's enough. So once you've done that, go to layer and rasterize again, and click there, rasterize. So you've got this design. Now what you can do, of course, you can go over to your macro, and now I can stop. There's a little block there. Stop recording. So you've got your macro. What you can do, you can run it. So you've got your text here, simply run it again. And you can see, you can create. Now obviously you've got macro there. What you can do, you can just add this to a library. So you can add to your library, you can find view and studio and your library there. So you can add it there and it's preserved for forever. It's in your library, you can use it again and again. So you've got, because you can remove this. Once you've removed it, that's that. You can see your design there. And of course, what you can do, you can always apply some effects. You can distort it. I mean, you can go there. We've got layer. And I'm just going to quickly go to layer and new pattern layer from selection. And you can see then you've got your text duplicated there over and over again. Of course, you can resize. You can stretch it. You can shear it and so on and so on. So you can create some very interesting text designs using patterns like that. So, like I say, what you can do, you can go over there and instead of that, maybe go for this word style. This is something. And of course you can change font. Let's go for something else. Gothics. There. Okay. Oh, didn't want that. Arial black. Let's go for Arial black. Okay, so you've got Arial black there, and you go, oh, that's it, that's the only option there. So Arial black, and I'm just going to resize that. And of course, you can go to this macro, so you can apply it again. You can see very quickly. And of course, it's still going rasterized, so you can't get around that. But you've got your design there. Or again, what you can do, you can turn it into a style if you want to turn it into a pattern. So go to layer and new pattern layer from selection and do that. Or maybe just select part of it. So you just go over here to the rectangular marquee tool and select, say, like that. So you've got that selected. Then go to layer and new pattern layer from selection. And you can see then you've got this design. And you also, if you want to, go to the move tool over there, set mirror on. So you can see then you've got the design there. It's a nice seamless design there, and you can resize it. So you can create some very, very colourful, garish contour. I know not everyone probably likes this sort of thing, but I quite like it. Makes it really stand out if you've got these sort of things. And of course, you can adapt it. Obviously, I've gone for fairly thin lines. You can go for chunky lines. You can go for a lot of black in the thing. You can go for white, black and white to make sort of a lovely contour design with that. Whole load of different designs you can create. And of course, again, you can always store them away in your macro and store them in your library for future use if you want to use it that way. So, hope you found this tutorial of interest. Always adding new tutorials about Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Publisher, obviously Photoshop, Illustrator, and Painter, and many more. Also, if you've got any comments, always appreciated. Always, please put some notes in the comments. Always, hopefully, can help. So if you put some questions, I can't solve everything. I must admit, sometimes I just have to say, I don't know. And it's quite possible I don't know the answer to everything. Strange enough. A dislike or like, that's always appreciated as well. Thank you much.